What's lunch? And I do buckaroos. How the heck are you? I'm going to be Tom the Beer and Whiskey Whisperer for the purposes of this video. Oh, it's been a day for me. I am tired. Tired, man. I'm old. I'm wore out, man. Anyways, I digress. But I digress, man. Let me check this out. Fix this real quick. Just that. I can't seem to get that adjusted quite right. Go back to where I started from. See what that does for us. Anyway, let me fix this up. There we go. I think we're okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Anyways, I digress. But I digress, man. How the heck are you? How the heck are you, man? Here's what we're going to do here. I've got some Heaven Hill bottled in bond, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. There's a 7-year-old version of this. Obviously, bottled in bond. It's 100 proof. Took this back in, gosh, I can't remember when we were in, I think it was September, October. I think it was early October when we made our second trip to KC. As you can see, I've drank a fair amount of it in that time. I've got about half a bottle left. I'm going to pour an ounce and a quarter. This is an ounce and a quarter glass, or a jigger glass, if you will. I'm going to pour some neat in my Bourbon Society of the Ozarks Glencairn. There's a story behind that. I'm not sure if I'll get into that right now or not. It is very me, though. Anyway, it is kind of funny in a strange sort of way. I'm going to pour another ounce in here. And I'm going to set it off to the side. Some things are just not meant to be, right? Sometimes you try and you try. And sometimes you're just not going to fit in. And I find that being a case, maybe a running theme throughout my life. There's some places I'm meant to be. There's certainly some places I'm not meant to be. And I've learned over the years that I'm not for everybody. So there's a friend of mine, we kind of joke that, not everybody's going to get us, but those that do think we're really funny. But not everybody, and you got to come to that realization yourself that not every group is going to be for you, and that certainly is the case in most social media groups. Is that a lot of them, if not most, quite frankly, if not all, are looking for cookie cutter content. And if you happen to be just a little bit out of the box, well, you may not be long for that group. And that's kind of seems what happens to me upon occasion is, yeah, sometimes there are certain groups I know it's just not going to work out. I know right from the start it's not going to work out, but I try it anyway. Hence the Bourbon Society of the Ozarks. I bought the Glencairn. I was really trying, it's on my best behavior for the longest time. I posted a lot of positive content. I even, commented on others. I was trying to be really positive. But the truth is, sometimes folks, are gonna if folks don't want you there, they're gonna find a way to get rid of you. So I've learned over the years not to take things personally because some people and some things, some groups are just too petty and thin-skinned for your type of, humor, let's just say. Anyways, I digress. So I've learned to function in my own way. Here's what I got here. Actually, if you saw me pour this up, I picked this up back in August, and I can't believe I've still got some of these. I really can. Um, the Simpler Times Loggers, Trader Joe's product, 6.2%. Kind of an amberish lager, if you will. Let me show that to you. Is this a good beer? No, it's not. It's horrible. Why'd you buy it, Tom? Well, because some of it was nostalgia, and some, it was August. It was summer. I really thought I'd be through it all by now. Sometimes it's nice to you, or you want to, just something rock gut to knock back. But I just didn't go through them as quick as I had hoped. So now I'm really just trying to power through it because it's not a beer that gets better with age, right? It's not going to improve any. It's not going to age nicely in the can and all of a sudden become a good beer at some point. Anyways, I digress. And let's see what I do with that here. So that's why I decided to pair it with a good whiskey. Got rock gut beer, but I got a good whiskey. The Wild and Bond Heaven Hill. This really is good whiskey. Around, I think I paid 42 a bottle. I've seen it a little higher, a little bit lower, but that felt like a nice price for it. I bought it at that Gober's Liquors in Kansas City. I got a good price on it. And it was their members price, so I had to sign up for their members club to get the prize, but it didn't cost anything to sign up. Just had to give me a name and address, and I didn't really mind doing that, to be honest with you. I don't know why I keep checking the nose on this. It's more out of habit because it really is putrid. anyways, anyways, I digress. As I do my thing here. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch as they teach you. As they teach you. Anyway, and we're gonna go. I've heard that referred to as a Boilermaker and a depth charge. Kind of depends on your upbringing, but growing up, it was always referred to as a Boilermaker in my house. So, anyways, to pour myself a nice ounce and a quarter to just slow down and drink with you now that that is out of the way. That whiskey almost made that beer palatable. Anyways, I digress. Lunch. Oh, it's a nice glass, though. I will use it upon occasion, even though I'm no longer in that Facebook society group. Oh, mercy. That old joke, I could never work in a massage parlor because I rub people the wrong way. I just can't help being me. And sometimes folks are going to get offended. I can't help that. Quite frankly, I knew it was going to happen. I didn't realize at the time, but I had been eliminated from that group once before. But then I would start talking to somebody. They got me reinstated. I didn't realize at the time they don't allow video. Originally, they don't allow video in the group, but I wasn't told that specifically. They've got a list where they say no self promotion. Well, I didn't see that as self promotion. So now that I know they don't allow video, so I just post a picture, but I said there is a video available if you want to find it. And they called that self promotion and kicked me out again. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't all that surprised. I kind of thought about it when I posted anyway. I just didn't care. I just wanted to see how petty and thin-skinned they really were. But it was one of those things. Like I said, I wasn't all that surprised when it happened. But then again, I didn't post the link to the video. I just mentioned there was a video involved. There is a video if you choose to find it. To a site where that is not monetized. So I wasn't making any money, even if they were to find the link that I didn't include. If they were to find the link and go to the video, I'm not making any money from that video. But yet somehow they called that promotion. If I'm promoting anything, it was alcohol I was drinking. But again, yeah, I kind of saw it coming. Quite frankly, I kind of did it on purpose just to see. This is when they took me out the first time. They didn't have that rider in there that there was no do not post any video. I just don't see my videos as self promotion. I guess maybe that's the problem, right? I'm promoting whatever I'm drinking. I don't see my videos as self promotion. But apparently people like this do. I'm not promoting myself. I'm not saying, hey, look at me. I'm saying, hey, look at this product. Look at this drink. Look at what I'm doing with it. I intentionally go out of my way to make sure my sites are not monetized. I'm not trying to make a dime on anything. I know I'm like the only person that's not. I get it. But it doesn't change the fact that I go out of my way not to make a profit. Damn, Tom, that's an American. Yeah, maybe it is, but it is what I'm about. It's about being honest, about being truthful. It's not about making a buck. And if you look at a video of mine that is not monetized and somehow think it's about self promotion, well, you're obviously not paying attention. This glass, of course, I paid for the glass. I'll use it upon occasion. In all honesty, I knew I wasn't gonna. I was kind of counting the days down. To be honest with you, I knew they were going to kick me out at some point because I'm against a lot of what that group allows. I'm not going to elaborate at this particular moment, but anybody involved in that group that might be watching me knows exactly what I'm talking about. They will allow shameless hawking of particular product, but they won't allow somebody to say, hey, there's a video involved if you want to go see. I'm not making money off the video, but I know they're making money off the whiskey, but somehow what I do is self-promotion. Anyways, I digress. Oh, man, this whiskey is nice. It really is. I love Bottle of Bond. I do. I love the notion of it. I don't know that it has the same romanticism that it had at one time, but this is a very good whiskey. it obviously is deserving of being drank neat, but also if you like the cocktail, that's really up to you, man. I don't know that I have this on the rocks often. I would have this on the rocks when I first got it, just to see what it works. But the truth is that this really isn't a rocks whiskey. This is a neat whiskey. So if I was to cocktail it, I'd do a very pure whiskey forward cocktail. A Manhattan, possibly an old fashioned, but really I'd be leaning more towards Manhattan. And the reason I say that is because it doesn't need additional sugar, right? Old fashioned, you're gonna add some sugar, some simple syrup, or something. This whiskey doesn't need that. It doesn't even need the vermouth, to be honest with you. But if I was going to do a classic cocktail, that's what I would do with this. Biscuits, biscuits, baby, biscuits. But I digress. But I digress, man. I am Tom, the beer whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and oh man, this is gorgeous. I had a second beer that I was going to drink on its own with this, but I just couldn't. But that stuff is so putrid. I can only do one. I had to knock that back. I'm going to have something good after this. The whiskey is great, don't get me wrong, but I want to have a good beer because that beer was just god awful. Anyway, I don't even know why I bought it. Yeah, I do because it was kind of reminiscing. It tastes different than I remembered, right? It's a little more putrid than I remembered it being. Anyways, anyway, I digress. Cheese biscuits gravy. Damn, that's good. Now that my day gig week is over, I can relax a little bit, sleep in the morning. I'm old. I'm tired. I'm a year old, Tommy. Yeah, I'm beat, man. Uh, anyways, let me show you this bottle one last time. Heaven Hill bottled and bond. This stuff really is good. Gosh, if you can find it in your neck of the woods, pick it up. It is moderately priced. It's going to run anywhere between 40 and 50 in your neck of the woods. It should end between 40 and 45, to be honest with you. But again, kind of depends on where you live and the price point. Anyways, I am Tom, the whiskey whisperer, whiskey evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor, wisdom, and all right, good guys, launch you.